Bro, I'm
It's good.
I'm eating turds today.
No, you're good. You're good. We just had a good convo.
Yeah, it was so good. I wish we would have recorded it.
It's all right.
Yeah, sorry. This is episode 2, bro.
It's all good.
Rough.
I'm honored to be on this, man.
So we're talking about AI. We're talking about kind of the dangers of it, why people hate it.
Yeah, man.
And mentioned drum machines and arpeggiators on keyboards, and there's people that already use it. Even people that that have used it before to help. Instead of hiring some backup singers, you can have AI. Like, let's say you have a song 90% done, but you wanted some backing vocals.
Right. It's like I was saying, there's a lot of friends of mine that have used it, and they don't seem too sad about it. Like, hey man, check out my song. It's got some keyboards in the background or some harmonies, and man, it did it perfect. And so, like I said, they don't seem too sad about it. Like it is kind of.
But they wrote most of the music. They played most of it.
I guess so. I think they kind of input like their recording into it, and it kind of runs off with it. Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm still yet to kind of.
I feel like it's Pandora's box. Once you crack it open and it does something for you, which I think you could break it up into multiple categories. You can have the guy who's not a musician at all.
Yep.
Who says, write me a country song about my cousin leaving with my wife. And it'll throw it all together, and you can put in the style of George Strait or whatever. And it sounds like that song. And it's like, well, I wrote this song. It's like, well, not really. You just threw in a prompt, and the AI did that. Or you could have the person who's a musician that already recorded drums, vocals, guitar, but he wanted some keys in it, and he doesn't play keys. And then that guy was like, hey, I need some keys for these tracks. So he drops his tracks in there. And it's like, what's the danger there,
Man, I just think proper labeling is the way to go.
Yeah.
If you label, differentiate the 100% human made or AI music, because man, I've heard some songs and it's like, dang, this stuff is good, but I can't tell. You couldn't tell if that was a real song.
I can only tell
sometimes
because there's something slightly unnatural about it. Sometimes it's too perfect.
Yeah, right.
Actually, that's probably what it is that it's too perfect.
I get you.
And then production wise, I think if you were to split the stems, that's another place where AI actually excels. You can split stems now.
For me and my friend James and Adrian, when we're doing our DJ kind of stuff, he'll put a beat on freestyle. Yeah. He's able to take out the guitar or the vocals, and we can just kind of go over the beat and bass.
And AI does that, man. So it's like you can't really hate it for that one, man. And or even your own songs. Let's say you recorded a song a long time ago in the studio. That guy's not around anymore.
Yep.
But you want the original tracks. You could pop that into like those apps like Suno and have it split your tracks back up into separate instruments. So that's what's crazy about AI. I think the problem people have is that it's trained on real music, like real musicians, and they're like, it's stealing from all these people. And it's like, okay, but aren't we doing the same? As humans, everything we play comes from somewhere.
Yeah, that's a good point.
There's some inspiration way back in the past. The only problem is that AI is doing it more efficiently than we do.
Almost, but the generating thing too is kind of crazy. Like, I don't know. I think it's neat that someone who's always wanted to play music and always been a avid fan of music and stuff, and they can I've always had ideas about writing a song like this, and they can press that button and enter their prompt, and I think that's neat for that person. They can still express themselves and have a song that they listen to. Maybe not to release on platform.
Yeah, don't put it out there
and
like
compete with someone who spent hours and hours developing and woodshedding, like you said,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think the AI can be a danger to musicians in that sense, that because they can crank out 100,000 songs in a day, man. Where it takes
and that has been happening, man. There's a guy on YouTube. He's like a electronics guy and hacker and stuff like that, but he makes electronic music, like EDM type stuff. And he created his own like software to actually find people that are ripping him off with AI, like basically taking his songs and putting them out as their own, but adding stuff to it. And he found out they were taking a lot from him, man, like a lot. And so this guy started doing this stuff where he records music with sounds that only computers can hear, that we can't hear. It's inaudible to us.
So, Mama, good. We're doing a little podcast. No, you're good. You're good. Can you take a picture of us? Matter of fact.
So he takes his music and he adds this like computer language that only computers can hear, that's telling it the opposite of what it's hearing. So like while it might be hearing the beat, whatever, in the information hidden in there, it's saying loud, clanky garbage truck or something like that. You know what I mean? And so when he tested it, when he tested it with the AI thing to try to like make a song based off of his song, it just came out with a bunch of noise. And he called it like it's like poison prompts and stuff like that, like poisoning AI prompts, you know? And it's like there's people trying to do that now, like they're trying to poison AI in any way they can. Like those flock cameras, they're putting things on their license plate that confuse the camera.
Okay, for the highway kind of stuff.
And like if you're a cop, you can still look at the license plate and see it just fine. But when one of those cameras sees it, it's seeing it like a QR code, and so it's giving like a bunch of false information.
Get rickrolled by a license plate.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. This battle AI, you know, like.
I don't know. There's I guess it's kind of like I wasn't around for it too much, but like iTunes and people ripping off music, right?
Yeah.
Even like Redbox stuff or streaming movies online. I think at some point it comes to just based off of past with things like that.
It's gonna take over someday.
Well,
or
it'll get kind of regulated in a sense of where people aren't just ripping things off of. Because isn't it a crime now to like you can't replicate Elvis's voice or like Chris Stapleton's voice?
Yeah, they're working on that. It's like I know Europe was passing laws for that. I don't know if we are here in America. Because I think the problem they have here is that there are people that sound like that. You know what I mean? Like you might find another guy that sounds like Chris Stapleton. What happens if you record that guy?
I see. And it just flags it, and he's like, yeah, I've been doing this for 20 years. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, man, AI is like, it's coming. I mean, it's not coming, it's here, and it's like, what is it gonna, where do we draw the limit, and what is the limit, and why? Yeah,
I've yet to, like I said, kind of experiment with like Suno or the other apps. But man, everyone that does use them is always real impressed with it, and I've had friends, show me like, hey, check out this song, and we put it into, the AI thing, and tell me what you think, and it's like, man, it sounds good,
Yeah, it sounds produced and everything.
Yeah. So, like I said, I think it's good for the person that just wants to put a something in their heart that they wanted to have a song about, maybe pass it on to their kids and say their kids can listen to it over and over again, or give somebody with a song. I don't know. I'm just even for the personal thing, like I think that's what it's good for. But if it gets to a point where it's kind of ripping off hard work and woodshedding, that's where it's kind of, man.
I guess that's why I was thinking about it the other day, because I was thinking about like popular music. A lot of the labels, they put out a lot of the same stuff over and over. You know about the 4 chords?
Yes.
There's like 500 songs with the same 4 chords.
Even the melody too.
Yeah.
Kind of like that low L up and it de-escalates.
Yeah. They talked about, there was a video where a guy talks about what he called the Gen Z melody. And he showed like 50 songs that had the same melody.
I saw a video somewhere. It might be the same one.
Yeah.
Maybe a different one, but point proven, huh?
But it's like, well, they're doing the same thing. They found the formula and they're just exploiting it over and over because they know people are going to... Because people, when they're flipping the stations or listening to new music, they like to hear familiar things.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, I can sing along with this because it sounds just like that other song.
And that's just kind of maybe a human race kind of thing too, huh?
Yeah.
Just something that's kind of, not everybody, but I think most like to be comfortable. You know, some people kind of like to be on edge and watch horror movies, but some people kind of
jump scares.
Yeah.
I hate jump scares.
Yeah, me too.
I like a good horror movie that builds tension. I hate jump scares.
I like good storylines, you know.
Yeah.
But just back to that, I think it's it's just one of those things, man. Some, you know, if it's digestible or not.
Yeah.
That term digestible is kind of like, is it too much? Is it digestible for and that maybe that's a pop crowd that wants something digestible, or we're a jazz crowd, or even
I think there's
math rock. Hey,
I think there's a big swath of the population that likes simple things that they can just put on in the background. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, you know, if you put it on a country station, you want the usual country feel, or Mexican music. I mean, we both know about that. We were just talking about corridos earlier. There's a lot of the same turnarounds, the same, like, I used to describe it like the falling sound, you know, it's like, na, 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 na. You know, they always like, at the end of a run, you know, they just like fall off, but it's like the same thing over and over, right? And you got the, ba, 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 ba. You know, there's like,
like that kind of, you know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking more mariachi style, but
if they put on some, you know, corridas in the background, that's what they want to hear.
Yeah.
They're not worried about, man, this song sounds like that other song.
Or
this
out
song
the box, man.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes, I get what you're saying, though. It is kind of...
And I mean, I hate to go there, but blues, man. How many different ways can you do blues?
Yeah, it's a form.
It's a form.
Just like corridos and banda music even, and mariachi isn't.
And you got the outliers who like kind of bend the rules, who get in trouble for it, you know. Bonamassa.
Yeah, or even bluegrass, like Billy Strings, man.
Billy Strings, yeah.
He's kind of broke a lot of rules. He has broke a lot of rules. Bonamassa, like you said.
Yeah.
But look at them, man. That's why
they're opening up to a bigger audience.
Yes, I think so. Instead of just playing it safe or doing the same old. You know what I mean? It's kind of.
I wrote a song. We did one of those blues competitions a few years ago, and we didn't even place. I mean, I didn't think we would because, you know, we're a rock band. You know, like we're not really a blues band. We have some blues inspiration, but we're not a blues band. You know,
it's a Southern aristocrat.
Yeah, aristocrat boogie. Yeah, and stuff like that, or I mean, or even Goldilocks. You know. And that's all Sid stuff right there, but the same thing, man. Like that's the closest we got to like blues inspired. And so, you know, the next year, one of the judges had told me like, yeah, man, you guys did a really good job, but, you know, just it really wasn't blues enough. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, what do you consider blues? Just out of curiosity. And he's like, well, you know, 12-bar structure, 1-4-5, lyrics about something sad happening and stuff like that. I was like, okay. I was like, so you're saying I go from the 1 to the 4, then back to the 1, then back to the 4, then up to the 5, then down to the 4, then back to the 1. Yeah, it's like, okay. And so I was like, the next year I came in with like a.
So cool.
Because I was trying to think like all these genres are inspired by blues, you know, R&B, rock, country. What about reggae though? You hear reggae, they'll have one freaking chord through the whole song.
Just a groove.
Yeah. So you don't find the 1-4-5 there, and so I was like, I'm gonna write a reggae blues, and it's just like, I just can't catch a break no more. No matter how hard I try, once man let me go, told me don't come back no more. What's a man supposed to do? Got my baby here at home. The turnaround, right? And then I was like, but can I do the And I was like, yeah, I can, because B.B. King did it on Thrill Is Gone, so. and of course, you know, it wasn't bluesy enough, but it was like, I like to kind of like push that, like, oh, well, I mean, but I followed the rules. It's 145. It's a depressing song.
That right there just kind of throws me off. I followed the rules, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. It shouldn't be so in a box, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I guess if you're chasing a style and paying respect to a style, that's where it's different.
Yeah.
You know. But having to, because if it makes it good or not isn't valid to me. Just like what you played there, it wasn't following the rules, but it was still great, you know what I mean? So it's like, if it doesn't follow the rules, it doesn't make it bad or not. But if you are going for a certain style,
you're gonna want to come in there and do the,
you're gonna want to hit all the marks. Maybe not following the rules, but hit your marks, right? And
I think at the end of the day, what it comes down to is, does it feel like the blues?
Yeah, feels everything, man, huh?
Yeah.
We're emotional beings, man, and I think there's certain voices that just like get us. You know, Chris Stapleton when he starts singing, or Ray Charles. Different guitar tones that are just like, whoa. You're not listening to even the words per se, but just how it feels, that the texture, how the melody sounds over the chords, and like it's just how that feels. I think that's even guitar tone is all feel.
Would you say that when you were 6, that blues connection just hit you? Like, because I feel like that's your biggest thing right now is blues, right? I mean, I know you probably do a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, but I would say blues is kind of where I always kind of lean towards.
That's the one that broke you open for music.
Yeah, man. I was always a big fan of, man, I used to sit in a high chair. My grandparents we lived with them growing up. Knew my siblings and my mom, and just, they always had some music going, and sat us in our high chairs and we'd watch like some little blues festivals or stuff like that. And I always had a rake in my hands or some broom, or tapping a piano when I was a baby. My mom set me down in front of the piano, and bongos when my dad and stuff. So I was always real interested in music. But when I was 6, man, before that I was into Elvis and Michael Jackson. I loved to dance and sing songs and just kind of put on a show in front of the family. But man, when I saw Stevie Ray,
man, I'm having
no, you're good.
difficulties.
And I saw how much passion he poured into it, and his tone just ripping, man.
Let me pause for a second.
No, but Stevie Ray changed everything for me, man. Just heard how much he poured into it, and I wanted to do the same. I saw somebody that was on fire, man. And I wanted a piece of it, man. I knew that's what I wanted to do. I remember sitting there screaming, "Mom, come in here, Mom!" And she just came in there, thought I was all hurting, like, what? Like, I was a quiet kid, you know. And I was just pointing at the screen. I was just like, "That's what I want to do, Mom." And we saved up and got a little Squire off of Amazon, and man, just been playing ever since. You know, mentioned a while ago, but it just started off a lot of noise. You know, I wasn't playing very much.
Yeah.
But that's what it takes, man. It's just starting, just getting it in your hands, and I recommend it for people of all ages, man. But if you can pick it up young, or give a kid a guitar or a piano.
I have some older friends that started later in life that they love it, dude. They're just addicted to playing guitar, and it came a lot later in life, but
yeah, man, you're never too young. 50 years young,
for sure.
7 years young.
Jeez Louise, man, all of a sudden all this
Hey, it's all good. I'm honored to be on your, I don't know, this was your second episode, man. This is cool.
Yeah,
that means a lot. You thought of me.
I'm like working things out as I go too, man.
Hey,
that's the thing.
Aren't we all, man? Look, you're all good, bro. You're doing it.
But I feel like
getting it started.
When you want to do something, well,
I can hold that guitar for you.
Yeah, if you don't mind, man.
Sure.
Let me pause for a second again.
Hey, keep it rolling. Look. It's real.
Yeah, it's real.
Nah, but that's just about, man. Just getting started, doing something. Even if you don't think you're ready, just taking that first step. Not saying I didn't think you were ready. Like when you started, then you know, what I mean, you got started, man. But that's the most important part. Even if you think you're ready or not.
Yeah, I feel like,
And that's how music is, man.
I feel like a lot of times I think that's good, man. I think we keep setting limits on ourselves. Yeah. Like, if I could just do this, then I can do that, you know? But in reality, you just got to get started. You got to put one foot in front of it, even if it's clumsy, even if it's like falling apart.
Come on.
Like, at least you're doing it. You're getting started. It's going to get better. Mm-hmm. But it's like you have to crack that thing open. You have to at least try, you know?
Yeah, that's real.
And that's, I think a lot of people get stuck on that, man. They're so afraid to try, man, you know?
Well, I think one of the most harmful things is fear of failure. You know what I mean? If you, it's all right to fail. I think we live in a world now where we just see so many people winning. And so we don't want to be the one that doesn't win.
Yeah.
But, shoot, Michael Jordan didn't make the team his sophomore year. You know what I mean? There was something I saw the other day. It was like, it might have been an actor that it took him like 10, 15 years to really get his first break, man. Just getting rejected. And he did one more after 500, you know what I mean? And if he didn't do that one more, man, he wouldn't have ever made it. It's just, we can't be afraid to fail. And even if it's music or a job or parenting or, you know, I don't know. I'm just saying, I think we just got to go for things, man. If it's a starting up a podcast, a starting a business, just go for it. And I'm 20 years old, man. I'm not trying to sound like I know everything. But
it's a good age to have at least that part figured out, man. Because I don't think I think in my 20s I was still going to college, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? I was one of those guys that just went to college because you go to college.
I see.
You know, I changed my major like 3 times.
Okay. What were your majors?
So back then, you had this was the early days of like web pages, web design, you know, doing its thing. So you had a lot of people doing what did they call it, man?
Like a web designer?
Yeah, but they
blogs.
They called it something like it'll come to me, but basically it's like you learn how to design, how to draft, how to do all this other stuff, and then you learn a few things about programming, and then you learn a few things about networking,
coding and stuff like that.
A little bit of coding and stuff too. And so yeah, that's what I just kept like leaning into all the different things, and it was just computer graphics, I think is what they called it back then. You know, nowadays you don't need all that. You got websites that like Wix and stuff that will build the website for you, or you can go with a traditional web designer, you know, that can do it. But I imagine they probably charge quite a bit now because there's not as much of a demand, you know, for an in-person web designer that they have to charge more to make ends meet, you know.
Because now it's just like we were talking about AI.
Yeah.
So AI is in a lot of things, really, huh?
Yeah.
Not just music, but
it's in your phones. It's they've approved it.
Even cars, man. That lane assist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're using it for movies now. They're going to be using it for special effects. It actually saves a lot of time on VR or VFX.
Oh.
There's a guy I follow named I don't know what his actual name is, but he goes by Gossip Goblin. And he does a lot of like AI like movie stuff, right? And he put out like this 30-minute movie recently called Pomegranate. It's so good, dude. The acting and everything, even though you know they're not real people.
Okay, so it's like completely...
Yeah. But it's so well made. And by the end of it, like by the time it wears off the novelty of like, oh, this is all AI generated, you realize like, man, this is pretty good. This is like this is
storyline and
storyline.
Like I said, I'm big on storylines, and I like humor though a little bit.
Yeah, and there was some of that. There was some weird stuff in there, man. But it looks so good. It's like the VFX just are more seamless than sometimes what people do. This is a problem, right? It's like, you know, your buddy can pop in a song and have it add stuff and it sounds already produced and everything. Well, in the same way, when you're doing VFX on video, you literally just prompt it. You could put in your, like, what you want your main look to be. You could put in a bunch of references if you want a certain person in the video, and it'll do all that, and it'll look good in like 10 minutes tops, you know. And that's crazy, because then it's like, well, now those VFX studios are in trouble, but they also charge hundreds of millions of dollars for their work. You know what I mean? It's like,
right, and so that's gonna start shifting, and then. Think about the aspiring movie producer, just like we were talking about, the aspiring singer-songwriter that just wants to have some, maybe songs to send to his friends and stuff like that, or kids, pass it on. Someone that just wants to make a little movie or just got an idea to, you know what, that might even help to pitch movies though, you know what I mean?
Like doing
having a visual instead of just, what is it called? Storyboarding?
They call it like a treatment or something. It's like you come in with like a semi, you know, an idea that looks a lot like what you're looking for.
Okay, like a demo or something.
Yeah. And so I think they have to do that now when they're pitching for shows and stuff. You have to, like, the way the pitches work now is like you have to pitch the show. You have to have some scenes already shot. You have to talk about, like, what are your
long term.
Yeah, like who's the audience? How many other shows like this are successful? And then they decide if they're going to go with it. I got all these crazy ideas for movies, so I look into all that stuff. It's like, how do you get a movie made? It's like, it's a lot.
Dang,
you have to literally know people, but I have like these crazy ideas for movies, dude.
Dude, write them down, man.
They're all right here, and they're pretty complete, man.
Do you ever think about short films?
Yeah, I do.
I got some short film ideas for some music videos. I've always been real interested in like camera work, and when I was younger I used to have this Nintendo DS, man, and before I even knew what I was doing, there's like I don't know what it was, but it was stop motion. I just was messing with it one day on the camera, and I just noticed it took a picture and it stayed there, and then like I took another one and it was like boom boom, and I took like 5 more and it was like ta 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 ta. And I just kind of thought, like, what if I had, like, my little Lego, and, like, I just put them there and then moved them. So I didn't know what stop motion was, but kind of just fell into it. And I was probably, like, 5 or 6, man, or 7, just somewhere in there. Same age I started picking up guitar, but, man, I used to make tons of little movies with my, you know, WWE wrestlers and Legos and, even race cars, just like driving down the thing, and I used to spend a lot of time on that, man. And then when I got older, I was always thinking of, you know, funny little short films. I'd have my sister, my cousins be a part of it, and they're on YouTube, man. But I was always kind of like the director, and I don't know, just I've always been interested in that. And in high school, I took a audio visual class, and kind of found out, hey, that's a lot of work, man, the editing, and but it's fun. I enjoy it, and so one day I do want to make some short films and be a big part of what's going on in it and that kind of thing, you know. Of course, I leave it in the hands of people who know what they're doing, but just my ideas more and whatever.
And it probably helps if you know a thing or two, you know what I mean? Like, I think a director that knows camera angles and cinematography can direct better and be like, hey, man, I really want this shot to look like this. I want to use this type of LUT. What kind of lighting do we need so we can maximize that, you know?
Yeah. So I got all into that, too, just like the grid lines, like cutting it up into a tic-tac-toe board kind of thing. And,
dolly shots, thirds and stuff.
Yes, sir.
Dude, I love dolly shots.
Yeah, truck shots, pan, just different. So the names of everything.
There's a thing called a dolly zoom. Have you ever seen that thing?
Yeah, where it's like, it's really zooming out.
Yeah, and it like portrays like a feeling, like a sinking sensation or something.
Yeah, I got goosebumps, man, just thinking about it. I'm serious.
I think it was Hitchcock. I think was one of the first ones to do it on like Vertigo or something. there's a scene where the guy looks down the stairs and you just see the stairs almost growing but getting farther, and it just, man, that was the first time I remember seeing that too.
Yeah, man. There was a scene in is it The Godfather, or maybe The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, where they do that too, man. Just stuff like that. Those old movies, they didn't have special effects like we're talking about now and AI, so they had to really get creative with the props and the type of shots used.
Yeah.
The fact that they can convey feeling.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about, feel is everything in music, and sometimes AI has less feel in it because it's so perfect, and human error is kind of what gives us feeling a little bit sometimes. But man, the fact that they can convey a feeling through those old cinema films, you know, it's just like, man, that's
that was like a serious cameraman that was like, I really want to cap. Well, I mean, maybe it was the director was like, I want to do a dolly zoom right here because I really want to capture. You know, he just found this out and he's got that sinking sensation. Yeah. And so, you know, they shoot the shot and it just like perfect. You know. Yeah, man. But yeah, you're telling stories with the camera. You know. Maybe it's the same thing with guitar, right? Because you can just play guitar. You can play it note for note, or you can feel every note. You can, you know.
It's like a painting, man.
Yeah.
And music is such a big part of cinema, too.
Yeah.
Along with dialogue and lighting, scenes. And it's similar to music, too. You're going to set your setting.
Yeah.
Where's your location starting?
Yeah.
Your mood, the tone. It's all design, right? I love it.
Who's that trumpet player, man, who said that... Miles Davis, yeah, where he says that that when you're playing an instrument, like a really good song or a really good riff or something is 90%, or it's 10. I think he said it's 10% technique and 90% the MFer's attitude.
Okay, like, I've heard that. I think
it's like
the attitude of the
like however you're feeling. It doesn't have to be like angry, but it's like, even if it's love, you know, it's like you can convey it musically, you know. And I think if every instrument in the band is doing that, that's when you capture magic, man.
And that's I think guys like Miles Davis or Ray Charles and Stevie Ray have those several moments of, man, love, and then just fits of rage, and then, you know, to come down from that and realization, hinting back to old comfortabilities, old melodies, and what's it called, motifs and stuff like that. You know, it's all feel and dynamic and attitude, huh?
Yeah. I guess I wanted to ask you about when you're writing songs. How many songs do you think you might have written by now?
Completed. And I wouldn't even say completed. That's how I kind of am about it.
Yeah.
But I got about 60 done that are just like
60.
That well, yeah, and I'd like to have 200. But I like writing in journals and stuff. And I don't know. At some point, it's like you can't have a perfectionist attitude with it, man.
Yeah, yeah. I've learned that because I used to try to micromanage everything about a song, and I realized everybody's input like really makes a song good. You know.
And I also think it's like I think it's two things, that perfectionist thing. One, it's almost like a sculpture. You're gonna, like, at some point that sculpture artist has to just be like, okay, no, it's done. It's finished. And if I chip off any more, it's just gonna ruin the sculpture. You can't get it. Well, fortunately with the song, you can't erase and get it back, but it's almost like taking that idea. It's like, some point they call it done, and it is what it is, and hopefully that's not the best thing you're gonna make. You want to keep creating, and so
you think Michelangelo would see that sculpture every time, like, God dang, I forgot to fix that wrist.
No,
and then everybody's like, oh man, this thing's amazing. He's like, no, it's not. That freaking wrist looks stupid. It's like he's beating himself up.
And it's like so I think it's that, like, some point you gotta call it done, you know, for a lot of reasons, man, honestly. But I think the second thing I think is kind of like being a perfectionist is almost like an ego. If you think that it has to be perfect. I only make perfect things. I don't accept nothing else than perfection.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a big ego, man. Not to, shoot anyone down or judge. I've been there too. Like, it needs to be perfect. It has to.
Yeah.
But that's ego talking, man. Nothing's gonna be perfect. So we can't be thinking like, what we're gonna create has to be. And that's it's got to be human. It's got to be real.
I think like of the musicians I listen to, there's a few that are like that. That I know they're like that. Like because they'll say it themselves, or people will say it about them. There's a guy named Steven Wilson. He was a singer of the band Porcupine Tree.
Okay.
Not to be confused with Steven Wilson Jr., who's like the guy hitting right now. But Steven Wilson was like a prog rock guy, and this guy was like super perfectionist. Like people talked about how vicious he is in the studio of just like it's got to be perfect. It's got to be perfect. And in fact, do you know who Guthrie Govan is?
Yeah.
He's like really crazy, right?
Yeah.
Well, he did a project with Steven Wilson. He talked about how it was one of the hardest things because Steven was pushing his skill to the edge, dude. Wow. And I've worked with people like that are perfectionists. That there was one particular guy that I worked with that we recorded an album, and he was an amazing musician. He could play any instrument well and sing just incredible. But this guy, like when it came to playing guitar, he would always push me past what I could do. He'd be like, no, your timing's off right here. I need you to do this. No, you're missing it. You need... And then he's like, and right here, I need you to do this. And I'm like, I don't know if I can do it. It's like, yeah, you can, man. I know you can. It's like,
yeah.
Okay. And
I think there's a difference, like you're saying. Like, getting everything you're capable of and not being lazy or lousy.
Yeah.
Like, getting everything you're capable of perfect.
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm kind of preaching myself here about this perfectionist thing because I haven't released a song yet because I want it to be the one.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I'm...
Bro,
I'm holding myself back by thinking like that too.
I feel that because I'm a safe bet guy. Like I won't do something unless everything's lined up. Like even this was a risk, but if I'm switching jobs, I will not leave that other job until I've got a guaranteed date and my paychecks are gonna line up and everything, and then I'll take the step. Like I will not take a step unless everything is. But one thing I have learned recording the second album now, and the second album's turning out to be some of our best work, and that's not me like bragging. That's just me like I feel like there's something deeper happening there. Emotionally, it's coming from a more of a. It's not coming from a we need to get an album out. It's coming from I really want to portray this feeling of what I'm trying to do, but at the same time, I'm trying to do only like 3 takes on the vocals, three or 4 takes on the guitar. Because the first time we did like 50 takes, whatever, things like that, right? And it's like, in reality, man, that second or third take was so good. Like, I think I want to use that. And nowadays, you could you could play 4 different versions of the same thing, and the producer can sit there and just comp what he needs, and it'll sound smooth, So the idea that it's not going to be perfect, but what it is going to be real.
Yeah, and that's what gets that feeling across, huh?
Yeah,
just that rawness. Even I don't know. It's kind of a balance between that for me. I just think it's got to be good, but it can't be like nothing's going to be perfect. Too.
Yeah,
but.
And that's okay.
Close as we can.
Because you know what? That's what remixes are for.
Yeah.
Or greatest hits albums.
Yeah,
that's where like, now you get to add that thing that you wanted to add before. You do a second version of this song that's even better, But at least you put it out. You got it out there in the world.
And time to keep creating, huh?
Yeah. And that's another thing, dude, is like, I like to record songs as soon as possible. Once I get to like where the song's pretty complete, go ahead and record it, because then I quit pressuring myself about that one song, and I get to, and once I record it, I don't worry about that song anymore. Like I don't play a lot of the songs from that first album anymore when I'm by myself because it's already out there. And even on the new album, whatever we've already recorded, I don't bother myself about it anymore. Now I get to generate something completely new.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's good advice for just artists in general, huh?
Yeah. The quicker you get it out there, the better, man.
So you can move on and keep creating. That way you're not hung up on it like the sculpture.
Yeah.
At some point, you had to leave it there and get working on something else.
Yeah.
You know, not saying like you don't love that as much because you left it, but calling it done is big.
Maybe it's healthy to compare it to like a relationship, you know? Because in a relationship, you can try to be the perfect partner. You can try to be the perfect boyfriend or husband or whatever. You could try to be caring and loving and romantic and all those things. And maybe the other person still doesn't share the same feelings towards you. You can only do so much on your end with your willpower, and then the rest is left up to another person. And so in the same way, you put out your music, you can only do so much. And whoever listens to it is going to be interpreting it through whatever lens they're going through.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's real good, man.
And you can't help it. Like you're not going to get, like they're not going to see it exactly like you. They might get the gist of it pretty good. But they're going to get something different out of it that may even connect deeper, you know?
Or reciprocate it back differently than you thought. That's going to do something that you weren't expecting, huh?
Yeah.
Man, I heard one of these little cameras give a beep. I don't know if it stopped. I'll check that one if you want to check that one.
Yeah.
Are they still rolling, you think?
I think this one is.
Look, I don't see that.
Oh, yeah. I wonder what's going on with these.
Just let me know anytime you want to run these back, or we can do another one too. This is cool. It's kind of just documenting the convo we're having. You know what I mean?
Sir. What do you think is your process when you're writing? Do you start with like lyrics first, an idea, a feel, riff?
It's feel.
Feel.
It has. If you're gonna, you can have a G chord, but are you gonna? Or. It's just kind of. I think it's like whatever you're feeling. If you're gonna have it real busy or something more focused on the words, it kind of takes off from there. I think having the chords and humming a little melody. That's kind of chill, but you know.
And so you'll come up with a musical thing first, and then come up with a vocal melody.
Yeah, and that's usually what happens. It's usually a lot of mumbling till I kind of just pick out some words that fit good with syllables.
Yeah,
like
I've heard a lot of people talk about that, like Ed Sheeran.
Really?
That he'll do like it's almost the way like babies talk, you know. Like he'll be like what are you doing there, like a.
So you can say like go, because you like how that vowel sounds at the end.
Yeah.
Freedom, ooh, freedom. I gotta go.
There we go.
This I think it's all just kind of developing, but it has to.
I feel like I come at it like 3 different ways. Either I have a feeling and then I write to the feeling till I find the chords that work. I'll have lyrics that make me feel a certain thing, and so I try to fit to the lyrics. And in the rare occasion, I'll write a song to match a riff. Like I'll come up with a riff, and then I have to write a song that fits it. You know what I mean?
I've had all those except the one less is like having some words that I'm writing a song to.
Yeah.
I think the music inspires the words for me. But
I've had a few of those.
Mm-hmm.
A few where I wrote the lyrics first. Or there was one where I wrote the lyrics years ago. It didn't make sense with anything that was going on in my life. It just worked, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then later I came up with a guitar riff, but it wasn't for those lyrics. It was just a cool guitar riff. And then I wrote chords to fit the guitar riff. And as I'm looking through my book of like lyrics, I'm like, oh, that one fits perfect. And so like that song actually started with a little like a riff that was like, I was trying to do like gypsy jazz, you know, like, I don't know if you listen to Django Reinhardt.
I've heard a couple songs.
So I can't do gypsy jazz, but I know they use a lot of like, you know, kind of
starts ripping gypsy jazz.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's like, I mean, I can't do it. I'm like, somebody's hopefully gonna hear this and think that was garbage gypsy jazz, right?
No,
it wasn't gypsy jazz at all. But it was more like Spanish, right? But I came up with this riff that's like, and I wanted to use this.
Yeah.
Like that sort of riff. It's like,
nice.
So all that's spicy, but what the hell do I play with? You know what I mean? And so I came up with this little like, because it sounds like it's an A minor. So, and then I added this F. I don't know if it's a 7.
It almost sounded like it could have gone to that tritone, like a E flat diminished, like an A minor.
Yeah.
E flat diminished.
Yeah, that sort of feels so. So it was like and then I threw the lyrics in there, and it just kind of like worked. It was like I wish that I could make you understand how it is I feel inside as it stands for things you cannot comprehend. Certain things words can't describe. And then I threw in a weird chord. This is another thing I like, is a chord that doesn't belong, because that's obviously like, that's like that C A minor thing, right? And so I threw this to a G sharp.
Ah, that's so cool.
And then back to the, yeah, it's just like, it's you that I want. And then it goes to this other thing where I used another weird chord. It's like, sun will burn this all away before the moon has even had a chance to say, what the hell is happening here? And all that's just so I could use the.
Dude, that's cool.
So it's like that song came together in like 3 different eras, man. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But that's like one of the, I love throwing a weird chord in where it don't belong.
Mm-hmm. I know what you mean. That's like, even just, that's what Hendrix did a lot, man. The Beatles too.
Yeah.
And of course, like gypsy jazz, like, man, you got no limit there. You know, throw it in there.
I can't do it, but
I know you're doing it, dude. That's cool.
So like my process is like that, like just, you know, it's gonna be one of those 3 most of the times, or sometimes like I just pressure myself to write something.
Yeah, and I think it's important making something that you're having fun with too, like something that you really enjoy. You know, making it for yourself, but
where you like to sing it.
Yeah, something you have fun with.
Yeah.
Something that you want to share too.
Yeah.
Not embarrassed to play, but something you want to share, something that you have fun with, and something, if you were on an island, you could just play that to the end of your days and be satisfied, you know?
I remember when I first started playing, dude, I was like, I didn't know a lot of chords, but I would hear these guys like playing these cool chords and just like picking and then doing like little melody. And I didn't know how to do all that, but I like tried, and all I had was this like weird A. And I remember I was like playing this like I remember that, like, that was something that I felt like I could play forever.
Yeah.
Because I was sitting on the back of a car just watching stars and just, like, playing, you know? Just, like, I don't know.
I could see that on the same scene like you just said, dude. That's real neat.
Maybe that's one of the first things that guitarists should look for is how to have a feeling and how to write music to that feeling. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's kind of that's where I wanted to be as a guitarist, to be able to capture everything I'm feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Vocabulary, to really speak what you're feeling. Because it's almost a box you get put in if you're kind of limited on your just knowing chords, and that kind of gives you incentive to learn or branch out other genres. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you want to be able to express exactly what you're feeling, not just be like contained. Like you said, you know, as a guitarist, we should be able to really play to how we're feeling, and it's kind of hard if you're kind of limited on your vocabulary. So, I think as guitarists, we just got to try and learn everything so we can apply it.
Yeah, I think
have fun.
Zach Wilde once said, because him and you know, Dimebag Darrell, right? Mm-hmm. Before Dimebag passed, him and Zach were like the best of friends. Like they would sit there and jam together all the time and stuff like that. And both of them just had the most respect for each other. It's just like, Dime's like, he's got like the best vocabulary, and you know, he's like, man, this guy's got like his like slow hand technique is just so good, you know. And Zach Wilde had said something about, you know, that playing guitar is just it's a bag of tricks. He's like, you sit there and you learn all these riffs of all your heroes, everybody you loved, you know, all those guitar solos. They become part of your vocabulary, part of your your bag of riffs. And the thing is, you learn to use them responsibly. That goes with anything. If you're a boxer, you learn the way you throw an uppercut.
Yeah,
and you might learn the way Mike Tyson does it. But it's up to you to figure out when you're going to use it, you know? So there ain't no shame in, like, lifting riffs from people. It's just like, when are you going to use it?
That's good, man. And it does, naturally, it kind of just goes in your bag, huh? Yeah. You learn a solo or something. Even like jazz stuff, man. Just learning how they apply, like over a B major 7. But that doesn't just stay there. Like, you can go to a G. You know, it's just
this is the stuff that I was talking about, that I've seen you change and become more fluid on, like, chromatics and stuff, like using all the dang notes.
Man, we're trying to get there, but yeah, I guess it's from that kind of stuff, just trying to apply it to different, understanding what is it called, intervals? Yeah. You know, like the relationship between notes and chord,
and your passing tones that you just pass on the way.
And how you can use that for other things, you know, rather than just learning the solo and just playing it note for note. Yeah. But like really seeing what they're doing in there over that chord and how that relationship is affected.
Yeah. Have you started using that? What's that book called? The jazz musicians use, man. It's like a famous book. It's just all the jazz standards and kind of like the basic way of playing it.
No, I haven't.
Man, I forget what the book is called. It's famous.
Peterson? James Peterson or something.
No, they call it like the something book. I forget what it is, but it's got all your like your intro level, you know, autumn leaves to like giant steps, you know, take 5. It's got all that stuff, and it gives you kind of a framework of what they play, but you're expected to do your own rendition of it. You know,
because it shows you how to apply it, or it's up to you really how where you want to take it from there. But like responsibility thing, kind of like we were saying. Yeah,
because you could sit there and just rip a whole solo off or a whole, you know.
Yeah.
But that's not doing you any favors. You know.
Right. I think that's what it's about too.
I think, man, I would love to somehow speak that into a lot of these kids that. And I'm sure you felt that before, like the Stevie Ray Vaughan kids, right? Stevie Ray Vaughan is amazing. There was one Stevie Ray Vaughan. There's nobody like him. But there's a lot of people that sound like him now, exactly like him. And I would hope that they can break out of that box. Like, it's impressive to see some of these kids just really shred and just play perfect. But it kind of be more impressive if they did some other stuff too, you know? Like, threw their own flavor in there.
I think it's just the biggest respect, huh? Like Stevie Ray he captivated me like that when I was younger. And but Stevie Ray even sounded like Albert King at one point. I think Clapton was talking about one time. Like, and then he became Stevie Ray Vaughan later on. He started playing more jazzy stuff before he passed on. But he kind of took his own voice there at the end, you know what I mean? And not like he didn't have it in the beginning, not saying that. But definitely came into his own, and you know, broke off from his Hendrix kind of licks, and you got songs like Rivera Paradise and Lenny, for instance, and it's different than anything Hendrix made because it was from his heart, and so that's kind of just like taking what Stevie even did into all these young cats, you know, just getting find your own voice, but paying respect is cool too.
Weren't a lot of Stevie Ray's hits actually Doyle's songs that he wrote and stuff?
I know, like Life by the Drop was. I think he wrote Pride and Joy.
And it's like Doyle loved that he was doing those songs because he did them his own way, you know? And I think there's something to be said about that. Some writer who's like, because I've heard the original versions and they're different.
Really?
Know? They're not like Stevie Ray Vaughan's
So
version.
like Life by the Drop, for instance?
There's like an original version and stuff like that, man. And it doesn't sound like that. And so to hear what Stevie Ray Vaughan did with this, like, and I think in that same way, somebody should take what Stevie does and now make it their own too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's really where you're gonna grow as a musician. And but then again, maybe it depends on somebody's aspirations. You know what I mean? If somebody's perfectly comfortable, like, you know, doing covers or doing, you know, Stevie Ray Vaughan songs for gigs and things like that, I think that's great, you know? But I think if they want to write their own music, then they're going to want to break that mold. But if not, if they want to be the best dang, you know, like, there's nobody that can play Stevie Ray Vaughan like this guy, you know? And like, you watch him and it's literally like you're watching the man, right? And you cool with that? That's what you want? Okay, cool. But if you're like, man, I wish I could write music like Stevie Ray Vaughan. I want to do something like that. Okay. Well, what's your voice, you know?
Yep. I think it's cool. It gives me joy when I see other people having fun. And if they're having fun playing like Stevie Ray Vaughan or just like him, man, good for them.
It's impressive, bro. When I see a little kid playing Stevie Ray Vaughan, I'm like, what the heck? Like, I can't do that stuff, dude. I mean, I don't know what he does after that. You know? But that part was like, I mean, I remember the first time I saw him was Austin City Limits, man. The PBS one and
the first one or the second one?
The first one.
In the blue?
Yeah.
You had that blue thing on, and
it blew my mind. Like, his tone, the way he strummed. That's another thing, is your tone is all in your hands, man. Like, you know, people sit there chasing all these different amps, different guitars, different. They used to call it gas. It was a gear acquisition syndrome. It's this idea that if you just get the right gear, then everything's gonna change. It's like, nah, man, this is your gear.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's both. honestly.
Yeah,
I think it's in the hands, but I think it is in the gear too.
because you ever watch Joe Bonamassa play on the Telecaster?
Mm-mm.
It sounds just like Joe Bonamassa, dude.
Wow.
Even though it's not a Les Paul, you know. He's got a band called the Rock Candy Funk Party.
Okay. I haven't heard that.
And he plays Telly on that bad boy, dude.
Dang.
And it's good. It's good. It's all funky, and he maintains that he's not the leader of that band. He's just a guitarist, you know.
Wow. Yeah.
And then he had that something Black Country Communion also, which that one that still sounds like Bonamassa, but it's like that tone it's his tone no matter what he's playing on. He finds his tone, and I feel the same way, man. When I play on a guitar the first time, it might be janky at first, but you give me a couple of minutes and it feels like almost every guitar.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But I mean, you play through a Dumbo, or you play through or Marshall. Obviously, it's gonna sound different than like. I guess that's not what I'm getting at is like the right gear is not going to make you better. I think what's going to make you better is finding your tone, finding your feel,
that voice,
finding your voice, man,
and
perfecting it.
Yeah, and having fun with it.
Fun.
Steve even said tone is more important than what you're playing. He's a tone chaser, and that gives the feeling. And I agree with that. I think when you hear Eric Johnson and Joe Bonamassa and Marcus King and Billy Gibbons, Carlos Santana, all those guys, their tone is immediately recognizable.
Oh yeah.
Their tone, not the way they're playing, but just how it sounds and how it's sounding over the music.
Yeah.
And how you feel from it.
Yeah.
I can tell you, every one of those guys gives a different feeling. Whenever you're listening to them. What's up? Go ahead. No, I just think it's cool. Right across the street, that's where, rest in peace, Kevin Crossen, man. He was always at the Blues Jam, and always, trying to just help anyone out that wanted to play. He was always playing, man. Anytime I stepped out here outside, you just hear it. And it feels in the middle of the day, anytime from 2 to 6 o'clock, you hear it's that bass going, man.
Yeah, man. He's always a really like consummate bass player. Like when I hear, because you could find those bass players that are all slapping, getting all crazy and stuff, and then you have the bass players that are just solid, bro. Like they can play with anybody, play anything, and just drop in the pocket and keep the feel going, and like by the end of it, you're like, that sounded good, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like that was Kevin, dude. Kevin was that guy that was just solid, bro. Anytime I got on stage with him, it was just like a pleasure.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Even if he didn't know the song, you just kind of run it through him, and then he picks it up, a few notes in. And
I think it's more just like what he meant to me too, man. Just getting to play with him was just.
How did you meet Kevin?
Man, well, my mom worked with him at this lady's house. My mom's a gardener, so she's outside every day, man, just tending to flower beds and pots and things like that. But he was one of the landscapers too out at one of the houses she'd work at, and that's how they met. And so when we moved here to this house, it's like, what are the odds? He lives right across the street. And so they saw me play at the Blues Fest when I was 10, and I just found out that that's what got Kevin back into, because he used to be in a band when he was younger, but I guess after he saw me playing downtown, he kind of wanted to get back into things, and started playing bass a little bit, and we ended up moving right across the street from him.
Yeah.
He told me about the Blues Jam. I was about 16, and started going out there, started going over there to his house and jamming with him and Penny. He come over here, man, he's giving me that. He gave me that. This microphone. No, the one inside. Just a lot of different stuff, man. He's always supported me, and yeah, so it's more just like what Kevin meant to me whenever I got to play with him, and yeah, of course, like how solid he was too, man, but just and then I find out like you meant a lot to a lot of people now too. You know, that's what kind of Penny was kind of shocked by. Not shocked because she knows she was with a good man, but
shocked at how many people he had touched their lives
and didn't tell her.
Yeah,
like she had no idea. Wow, I didn't know you went over to his house that day and played with him or just spoke life into him. You know.
Yeah.
So she's finding out stories, and she's just loving him more every day. You know, because of it. You know, but yeah, man, just right across the street, right there. It was just always there, man, and it's it's a weird feeling knowing that it's, you know, it isn't no more. But you know, it's like I realized one day there's gonna be a whole bunch of people, man, that have supported just personally, like me throughout the years. And I know you got your people that have supported you through the years, whether it's Buddy or guys like Kevin or Craig, you know, and just
yeah. Buddy believes more in me than I believe in myself.
Man, and that Buddy's one of those guys. It's good to have one of those guys. You know? Dude, Buddy's awesome, man. And it's like one day we're gonna be playing for all those people too. You know what I mean? Playing for God, playing for the audience at hand.
Yeah.
But everyone that's supported us along the way, man, and almost like you're penciling them in on your heart, really. You know.
Yeah.
Whether it's this or same thing, but it's yeah, man, we gotta keep it going. We can't ever stop. You know.
Yeah, man. I think I feel like you have a pretty good support system, huh?
Yeah, man. It's always, yeah, for sure. And I think it's, man, my grandparents just from a young age. There's times, you know, we're human. We just get kind of down on ourselves or start comparing ourselves, you know, to other people, but that's not healthy for one. But it's not our purpose. You know, we all have a purpose, and we can't let our thoughts or doubt slip in and get in the way of our purpose. You know, or
yeah.
And whether your purpose is to help people or you know, however it is, however you feel what your calling is, doubt's always going to try and slip into it, and a good support system is very necessary. But you gotta have a good support system in your own mind too, and sometimes it takes some other people lifting you up and even putting that good support system there. So it's like we got to be that for other people too. You know what I mean? Some people don't have a good support system.
Mental health is so huge, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I've only started caring about my mental health in the last couple of years. I've been doing like therapy and stuff like that. Before that, it was like if I was in a good place, it was incidental. Like I just happened to be in a good place. And I would listen to some like really good preachers and pastors and teachers and things like that, or just motivational guys, you know. Every once in a while they'd say something and just fire you up, and you could ride that wave for a few weeks, you know. But there was a lot that I hadn't dealt with like mental health, a lot of like childhood trauma that just kind of, it was in the background. Like it was noise, you know. If a therapist asks you, like, scale 1 to 10, how much is it affecting you right now? You'd be like, it's a 2. You know, it's a thing that happened a long time ago. It's no big deal. But in reality, I mean, anything you don't deal with, it deals with you, man. Like, one of the things that I do actually with my therapist is a thing called EMDR, which is like it's a type of therapy that kind of mimics what happens when you're having REM sleep. Do you know what REM sleep is?
Like that cycle, 2 hours in.
Yeah, and your eyes start moving really fast.
Oh, okay.
Rapid eye movement. And when that's happening, your brain is actually processing all these random thoughts. Some from that day, some from way back when. And it puts them in different parts of your brain. It just organizes it, you know? And the problem with trauma is that anytime that starts to slip in, your brain hits like a fight or flight response because your hindbrain doesn't know that it's not currently happening. So like, let's say you were beaten as a child or something and you have this like traumatic memory from it. Well, even though everything else is fine and stuff like that, when your brain at whatever time your subconscious decides to process that, it's going to kick you out of your sleep. Like you're not even going to know why, because it's somewhere in the subconscious, but you never process that trauma. And so EMDR is like basically processing the trauma in a safe place while you're awake. It's doing some subconscious work while you're talking about it, thinking about it, putting words to it, and then packing it away.
And how do y'all do that? Like pack it away? You just say it out there, admit it's.
Yeah, like I mean,
it did hurt. But
for example, like you'd bring up something like one that I could point to that's something I've worked through in the last couple of years is I had a brother who passed away right after my son was born. Like 2 weeks after my son was born, my younger brother passed away, and it was devastating, and ultimately it led to me going on a spiritual walk. Because I had spent 15, 16, 17 years of my life as an atheist,
Wow.
And so I found myself at this crossroads, and, I ended up in this place where I was like angry with the God I didn't believe in, and I had to accept that it was either just the thing that happens, that we're animals, that these feelings are just hormones, meant so that we could protect our own or whatever. But that ultimately there is no good and evil or right and wrong, Or God let this happen for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And good or bad, it happened, but I wanted to be mad at him. But I would have to
believe in him.
It's like logically it'd be like if I was mad at Santa Claus and I don't believe in Santa Claus, you know? And so it's like I had to either let go of the anger or go on a journey and see if there's anything to it. And if ultimately nothing panned out from it, then, I would probably end up back where I was, But there was a lot of trauma, a lot of guilt and things associated with that whole thing, and just feeling like I didn't see him enough before he passed. I should have been here more, should have done this more. It's a survivor's guilt. A lot of people go through it when somebody passes. But it was so long ago, it's 20 years now, that it's just in my subconscious. It was like this numb pain. It's like a 2 on the pain scale, right? But the more I talked about it, the more, it started to become a 4 and a 6 and an 8. And then when I put myself in the shoes of my parents, dude, I feel like if that happened with my son, dude, I would be wrecked. I don't know that I could go on in life, And so once I started seeing it from that different lens, well, now all of a sudden that 2 was like an 8 or a 9. It was devastating, And so this was trauma that I had to work through, and it was trauma that, my brain would try to process, but it couldn't. But over time, we did that. And so she would ask me about it, what kind of feelings do you feel when you think about that? When you think about the guilt, what is it, And it's like, if I feel overwhelmed with guilt, I feel like I should have done more. Just say, okay, well, sit in that feeling. And then, you might have sound, you might have light, you might have these little hand things that kind of, and what they're doing is they're mimicking the rapid eye movement subconsciously.
Wow.
But you're just processing it. You're finding words. You're sitting in it for a second. She'll give you maybe a minute or 2 and then stop. And then she'll ask you, what are you feeling now? And then you just keep growing that thing. And before you know it, you've kind of worked through it. You've kind of figured out, you've given yourself time to process it. And then after that, she'll ask you, do you want to keep this open so you can keep thinking about it, or do you want to pack it up? And packing it up means like you imagine a safe place. For me, it was this place when I was a kid. I remember being at this park and sitting in the trees. I grew up in La Mesa. There's nothing in La Mesa, but there was this one park that had some trees. And I remember laying in the grass and just staring up at the leaves and the sun just kind of breaking through. And it had that. That sort of feel to me, right? Just a relaxing. And that's the place I imagine. That's my safe place.
Yeah.
And then I would imagine she would tell me, imagine a container. We're going to stuff it in there. It's in there. You can pull it out whenever. But we're going to put it away now,
Wow.
And then over time, it really did become a 2 and a 1. And it's something that, I don't feel guilty about it anymore. I know that it was just, it was a thing that happened, And ultimately, good came out of it.
For sure, yeah.
I did praise and worship for like 17 years, man.
Wow. After that?
Yeah.
Dang.
And that was, as far as like musical development, that was it was a big part of my life, man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I learned a lot. I learned how to play with different musicians. I learned to play on the cuff. There was times when I wouldn't even practice before service because I didn't have time. I was working and stuff. And it's like, we're going to play these whatever songs. I'd put them on the radio and I would try to imagine. And then once I figured out, like, I took like the cage system, right? Like, and I figured out where all your, like, your 1, your 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, stuff like that, all in one spot. So once I knew the key, I knew how to. It didn't matter what the song was. Give me the key, I'll figure it out as we play, and then I get in there, and then next thing. Just like in the moment playing, but that came with time. Learning numbers, learning all that stuff. But yeah, man, mental health, dude. It was this part of my life that I just
kind of.
I mean, as a man, I hate to say it, but as a man, sometimes you don't want to think about it. You want to think that it's better to just suck it up.
Just get through it, huh?
Yeah, but man, that all that does is like, it's like when somebody's an alcoholic. When they're an alcoholic, they'll drink because, at least for that day, they can numb their brain. They can bring it to a point where they're not thinking about anything. They'll be in hell getting up to that point. But when they get drunk enough to where they pass out, they slept. Because they don't want to be going to bed and thinking about that thing. But when they wake up, it's right back, dude.
Yeah.
And the longer it takes, if it takes years to process something, your wife left, whatever, it just gets worse and worse, man. The longer you take to deal with something, the worse it's going to be. And it's going to come out of you flipping out somebody at work or flipping out on your kids. And it's all because, well, stuff it down and be a man, But it's like, that's not really being a man. It's
kind of running from it.
It's running from it.
It's kind of being a scared man,
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I've always thought like everything's meant to be.
Yeah.
And so that kind of gives me hope and confidence in everything that comes my way. Just like, wow. And that's kind of how I've had friends tell me, like, yeah, man, my mom was, she got in a car wreck when I was younger, or, my little brother died when he was a baby, like that kind of stuff, just hard stuff that you don't really know what to say.
Yeah.
But it's like, stupid vlog. It's always like, man, that's, God has a lot of faith in you.
Yeah.
To get through that. Or else it wouldn't have been given to you.
Yeah, like there's a reason why you got the life you have, why you have the experiences you have.
It's because he knew you were strong enough to get through it. There's going to be some positive result after it. And it's not a, man, poor me, why is this, even in the moment it may feel like that,
Yeah.
But it's actually just a lot of faith and belief that you're going to get through this, and like I'm not trying to say I wouldn't be able to handle it, but I really don't think, obviously, I wouldn't be able to handle it because it hasn't happened. Like my parents just one day getting in a car wreck, or have already, I don't even want to talk about it, but just that kind of thing. Versus like some friends of mine that have gone through that. It's like, you must be stronger than me, in a way, not to compare, but just like, you're dealt that hand because you're strong enough.
Yeah.
And everything's going to work out,
Yeah. I mean,
we all got things,
Yeah, we all have things. We all have, traumatic things. We all have bad things. I think the thing that people don't think about is how much we deal with in ourselves. I think a lot of musicians, especially the ones putting themselves out there, once they start getting props from people, man, you're amazing. All this stuff. I think there's a part of a lot of us that is like, you feel like an imposter.
Yeah, that's good.
You know what I mean? Because they don't know what you tell yourself in those quiet moments.
Mm-hmm.
Or where you tell yourself, like when you're talking about being a kid and your mom was telling you to go play at that open mic and stuff, and you were like, she said, you might regret this and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, man, that's doubt. I'm not good enough,
Yep. And even, is that a motivator to practice these days even? Like, it's because I enjoy it, but it's also, like, because I don't think I'm good enough, that I'm in there practicing skills and stuff like that. Not in a bad way, I don't think, but just like, let's do it. Like, let's become the best we can be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not like I suck, but like there's still room to grow.
Yeah.
And there's never a point of like, man, I'm good as I need to be. Like, so it is kind of healthy to have a mentality of like, no, we got to keep getting better, but we're not terrible where we're at right now.
Yeah.
But there's no limit to this, and there's always somebody better.
Yeah.
And not to compare and be like, oh man, I wish I could be like that guy.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like, man, I wish I could be like that guy,
Was that saying? It's like the comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's real, man. It really is. Like I think I mean it's taken 40 something years, but I think I'm at that point where I feel comfortable with the way I play.
Mm-hmm. Like
I know I'm not gonna be Stevie Ray Vaughan. I'm not even gonna be like the guys that play like Stevie Ray Vaughan. But that's okay. Like I like what I do, and I like to do it, and I like to pick up my guitar at random times at home and just play something, And that's okay. Like I know I'm good. I'm not incredible. I'm not amazing. I'm not a virtuoso, but I know I'm good, and I'm comfortable with that. Like I'm happy about that fact, and it's taken so long to get to that point. And that's not to say I still practice. I still have to practice. Not as much as I should.
Mm-hmm.
But I still run into things where I'm like, I don't know how to do that, and I need to learn how to do that. And so I start back to the drawing board, just But it's I think every guitarist, at least once you've got a couple of years under your belt, 5-10 years, get to that spot where you're okay where you're at. Maybe even at the beginning, like just
playing some chords. Singing your favorite song.
Yes. Do you like what you're doing? Do you feel good when you're doing it?
That's what it's about, man.
Yeah.
Everyone's different.
Yeah.
Everybody's different, man. How we're made up, how we play,
the
music we like. That's what makes this world so interesting. Imagine if we were all the same. It'd be so boring.
Right.
But, so we can't compare ourselves. Just, I have fun what I'm doing, and you have fun what you're doing. And that's what we just gotta keep on doing, huh? Just have a good time while we're doing it.
Show me this guitar you got back here, man.
Yeah, man. So shout out to the Reyes family.
What is it?
The Reyes
family?
Yes, sir. They won this at an auction.
Bonamassa, Nerdville, California.
And they very gracious, man. Just I think it was right after. No, I didn't graduate. They gave me this, man. They wanted me to have it if I wanted to sell it or play on it. But that's when Bonamassa was doing his little limited edition deal. And I keep it in this case because I don't want it to get no dirt on it and nothing.
Dude, that is crazy.
But
autographed and everything.
Yeah, on his signature. His signature model, man.
Jeez.
So, I don't play on it too much just because I like to. Joe knew what he was doing when he was signing it right there. Look, if you play on it too much, you'll wipe it off. But here's the.
That's amazing.
Little
dude.
slit deal.
That's amazing. I remember I used to hear rumblings about this guy named Joe Bonamassa. I didn't know who he was, man. And the first time I saw him, I was like, what the heck? Like, he's so perfect.
Yeah.
Like, his playing is, it's like, his singing and his playing.
Yep.
It's so ridiculously perfect. And then when I saw him live the first time, I was just blown away. That's so cool, dude.
Yeah, but big shout out to the Reyes family, man. I kind of just keep it in this case. I don't want to ruin it, or I play on it every now and then. If I was gonna let you play on it, if you wanted to.
Oh, I'm nervous, bro.
Are you sure? No, you tear it up, man. Look, to an extent. Look.
All right, let's see.
I'll plug you in. It might need to be tuned. I'm telling y'all. But he's played on that.
Let's take a break while we tune right quick and hook up. Oh, actually, this is the part where I'm supposed to ask, you want to jam, bro?
Let's do it, bro.
Let's do it. We'll be right back.
All right.
I kind of dug that little part where we're doing the little like it's like it starts out with like a major A sort of and this should still be in there, and then right here it changes up. Sounds like prog rock. It makes me think of those jam bands, man. You always have a part of the song where they hit something like that.
That's what it reminded me of too. I was thinking Allman Brothers for sure.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Different little stuff like that.
Yeah, that's cool, man. We should do something with that.
Bro, I'm down.
Let's turn it into something.
This will be the last jam for sure.
Yeah.
We got some more now. I forgot we were going. What's up? What's up?
Well, I think that you want to cut it off there? Are you good?
I got to, man.
Yeah, I got to.
I don't want to, but I got to.
It's been a cool jam. Well, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. I've been interviewing Leon Carrasco.
What's up, yo?
Just an amazing, young, talented man here.
Hey, thank you, bro.
Not just the blues, man. It's everything, man. Oh. I didn't even mention your trumpet playing, bro.
Well,
I saw that little mute. Is that a mute back there?
Yeah.
Dude, that's so.
There's a drum kit in there too. I haven't to show you that, but
next time we'll have to hit all that up.
Yeah, dude, it's been fun.
But, man, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you, bro,
getting
for
to know
having me
you,
on here.
jamming with you. Really, one of the first times outside of the blues thing that we jammed.
Yeah, this is a first for a lot of things. Huh?
Yeah.
No, it's been needing to happen, though, man. Like I said, thank you for inviting me on here.
Yeah.
Your second one, dude. That means I came to your mind. And I appreciate that.
Yes,
dude.
sir.
So
yes, sir.
We just gotta keep on going.
Heck yeah, man.
Keep
I appreciate you, and anything you want to plug, man. Anything you're working on or stuff that's coming up.
Oh, just gonna be releasing music soon. Got trying to grow the Facebook and stuff, and just trying to grow the TikTok and different pages so we can just start getting better shows and traveling a lot more and stuff like that. I want to start documenting my travels. I think I'm just gonna take off
like vlogging and stuff.
But just I'm gonna head east soon and just take my kick drum, my guitar, and just see where the Lord takes me, man. And
heck yeah.
I want to just document all that. Just step of faith, man.
I'm excited, bro. I'm excited for your future.
Thanks,
man.
brother.
Like
hey,
you got
you too, man. You got it going.
All this stuff, man.
Bro, just we just gotta keep on going, but there's always more to learn.
Yes, sir.
And it's treat ourselves good too, though. Don't be too hard on ourselves.
Yeah, nah, man. We're good. We're good.
yeah, we're good. We're good, man. God bless y'all.
All right, God bless everybody, man.